help with those? You don't need to carry everything, you know.
No, I should be all right. Oh,
Brad!
oh, my back.
Oh no. Where's the nearest hospital?
Injuries happen on vacation, so remember to pack your medications, insurance information, and take a moment to locate the nearest clinic or hospital, just in case. This project to support rural healthcare workers was made possible by a grant from the Center for Urban and Regional Affairs and was produced by the Icebox Radio Theater.
Hey, your artistic director Jeff here to let you know about another great IBRT program. Do you love audio drama but are looking for something a bit more visual? Allow me to introduce you to our good friend Victor of Victor's Reality. Victor is a successful YouTuber and IBRT fan who's building us the most amazing channel you've ever seen. It's IBRT audio drama with fantastic animated images that help tell the story. You can see stories from Frozen Frights, The Rack, Mystery on the Air, and more. Just head on over to YouTube and search for the Icebox Radio Theater, not to be confused with the Icebox Radio Workshop channel, which is run here in International Falls. It's radio now with pictures. But don't worry, Victor doesn't change a single line or sound effect in the audio. He just makes them better. That's the Icebox Radio Theater on YouTube. Check it out today by searching for the Icebox Radio Theater. Yes, indeed. Search for the Icebox Radio Theater and also search for the right volume so that you can enjoy another edition of the CRISPR. That's right, it's the News, Information, and Whatnot podcast from the Icebox Radio Theater and the Icebox of the Nation. And I'm Jeff, your host, artistic director, what have you. Coming at you with CRISPR number 693 for November the 23rd, 2025. Very important to warm up your vocal cords before you do this, but there we are. What's going on, everybody? It is a holiday week in the United States. We're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving on Thursday, one of my very favorite holidays, and we have quite a bit of news to talk about because the minute Thanksgiving is over, it's officially Christmas. Unofficially, it's already Christmas because if you watch any broadcast TV, you'll know that's what the commercials are all about now. And we're going to take a look at our upcoming Christmas show. A lot of news to report there with our edition of the Christmas Carol that's going to be coming live to you all over the internet airwaves. Also going to be talking a little video. And, oh gosh, what all? Trying to remember now from my notes. There's just a whole bunch about that. Oh, and a little bit about the streaming station as well. I want to get to that. But first, let's take a look outside as the sun sets in International Falls. Here is a look at Skycam 1. Yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? Oh, look at the sun. It's right behind the church tower at St. Thomas. Actually, it isn't. It's way over to the right. But the sun is reflecting off the bell in the St. Thomas steeple. Actually, what's the difference between a church tower and a steeple? Pretty sure that's a steeple. And 45 degrees at the moment. Still no ice in the icebox of the nation, although it's coming on soon. In fact, we've been advised by the weatherman that we can expect a little bit of snow this week, possibly even on Wednesday, which is, of course, absolutely the worst day to get it. That's the day before Thanksgiving. That's probably no, it's not probably. It's definitely one of the busiest travel days of the year. So if you're going to be on the road, many of my friends are going to be on the road. Do be careful out there. And if you're going to be flying, do be patient if you possibly can. Let's take a look at the metrics for the week. This is what happened this week number-wise for the IBRT. Our Twitter followers and Facebook followers both stayed the same. Twitter 672, 933 folks follow us on Facebook. That's going to hit 1,000 soon, I think. Instagram followers 311, that's one up from last week. Still 63 wonderful patrons, 40 fantastic members. Looking at the streaming radio station, kind of held serve, I'd say. 633 unique listeners, that's people who tuned into the streaming station, which is down from 664 last week. These listeners represented 69 countries, down from 73 last week. And then 89.5% of the listeners tuned in for just a moment, 30 seconds or less, and then moved on. That is down, actually, from 90.7% last week. And the top 3 countries by listener minutes, once again, Russia's just disappeared after being a staple on the podium for the last few years. We got USA in first, Germany in second, Canada on the podium for third. Kind of looks like a Winter Olympic type thing. And some very nice progress in the podcast followers, or subscribers, I should say. 38,163 folks subscribe to all of our podcasts here on the IBRT, including about 1,000 that subscribe to this one. So thank you so much. And that is up quite a bit from 30,068 the week before. Okay, so what's going on IBRT-wise? Well, I mentioned A Christmas Carol, which is our next big live show upcoming on December 6th. If you didn't get the memo, because at one point it was going to be next week, but we had a scheduling conflict that we had to take care of. So Saturday, December 6th, the show's going to be here in International Falls at the John Faith Little Theater at Bacchus. Looking forward to that very, very much. What's going on with this? Well, the pre-recorded sound effects are very nearly done, although some of the additional features I'm not quite sure of. It's an interesting time because I got 2 weeks basically before the show needs to be completely ready. A week or so, because the cast should have some sound effects to work with. I'm going to be doing a lot of live Foley at this show, on the assumption, I should say, a lot of the folks that come to our shows around the holidays maybe wouldn't consider radio drama as like just a standard entertainment to enjoy. So want to give them a little something to look at. And that's turning into quite a job, actually, to figure out exactly how we're going to do not only the live sound effects, but some of the special effects that we have. Because, of course, this is the Christmas Carol. This is the story with the ghosts. Absolutely perfect time to have, some what do you call it, echo effects and whatnot. Christmas Future especially. Kind of a challenge, really, to do the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come in a radio play, simply because he didn't say anything, usually. He's deaf, in case you didn't know. Spoilers for this 150-year-old play and story. But I think we're going to do a pretty good job. Hopefully we'll do a good job. And I hope that if you can't be in the Falls and come see the show live, that you will tune in. All of that information is at our website at iceboxradio.org/live, including how you can help us out with just a $5 donation for a ticket to watch the stream live. What else is going on? The rehearsal's just about set. Going to be kind of a big group. We're going to have, of course, Douglas Screef in a Scrooge, and Dalton Johnson and Justin Kapla. Carice Boyer she's not Carice Boyer anymore. She was married recently, but she and her husband combined their names and did something different with it. So I don't honestly remember what her name is now. Carice is going to join us, as is Karen Schickel, myself, and I'm probably forgetting. Oh, yes, Tom Bement. Tom Bement, first time since last Christmas that Tom is going to join us on stage. If you know what Tom looks like, he looks perfect for the Ghost of Christmas Present. This is usually the big guy in the green robe. We won't make him wear a green robe, unless he'd like one, because he looked pretty darn good in a green robe. I do apologize for viewers on Facebook. As I'm doing this feature, I'm looking at my image and realizing it's getting a little creepy because the sun's going down and I don't have a lot of light in this room, and most of it appears to be reflecting off my glasses. If you'd like to see this wonderful thing, by all means, tune in live or just check out the video on our Facebook page. Pre-recorded sound effects pretty much done. Rehearsal's getting set. I'm going to be organizing and doing quite a bit of Foley rehearsal because it's problematic, to say the least, to get everything kind of arranged just right, and all the props. Plus, this is a prop-heavy show. There's chains, there's bells, there's all kinds of things. And the problem with props, of course, for Foley is you always have to get everything organized, or else you're making a whole lot of extra noise when you're moving props in and out. We do have an ad up on Facebook for the streaming end of things, and that is, as I mentioned, we're going to be offering a $5 ticket to watch the stream live on YouTube, and that's behind a paywall. You can get that ticket. You can also just listen for free. We will be broadcasting on the streaming station, Radio Icebox, and that'll be for free. But that'll be audio only, so if you want to see the magic happen, me make a fool of myself doing all the Foley, and all of the wonderful cast members there at the big show, do ask to make a donation, then you can see it on YouTube. Now, the other big thing about this show, I knew that the Christmas Carol script we had was right about an hour, so I needed something else. Well, we do have a couple of funny commercials. One of which, if I get the cast to agree to this, will actually involve us singing, which I've almost never asked people to do. But so the idea is a Northland Christmas album with some spoof type, hopefully funny type songs based on familiar Christmas carols, the music from familiar Christmas carols. We'll see if it works. I might need to pull something out of my hat last minute if the cast just digs in their heels and says, no, we're not going to sing on stage in front of people. But the other thing, this is actually a bit of a story. I knew I wanted another short piece to do. And I also spent most of the week thinking I was crazy because I remember doing The Gift and the Magi. That's the O. Henry story from, I don't know, 1910 or something. It's the story about the young couple, newly married, and she cuts off her hair to buy a watch fob for him, and he sells his watch to buy combs for her, and all of that. She got the sweet deal there because, as she points out in the story, her hair grows back, whereas the watch is just gone. Anyway, sorry, spoilers once again. The crazy thing is I went looking through all of our records, trying to find the script to Gift of the Magi, and I could not. I found I had downloaded at one point the text to the story, probably from Project Gutenberg or something, but I could not find a script. So I started to doubt whether or not we'd actually ever done it. And I think what happened was we did it as a short radio drama piece at a Christmas event at our church, Diane and I's church, years ago. We're talking like 15, 16 years ago. But it had never been officially an Icebox Radio production, so I don't know where that script is. But I do know that we did release it on our Christmas podcast. That's right, we have a podcast. It's called A Very Icebox Christmas. Go look for it this time of year. It's a lot of fun. And A Very Icebox Christmas features all of our Christmas stories, including the first version of Christmas Carol, which is 20 years old now. It's one of the reasons we're doing it. And some of the newer work, like A Christmas Room and Season of the Elf. And, oh gosh, what all? Danny McIntyre Meets the Molecule, which is not written by me, but it's a favorite Christmas story of ours. And I'm just happened to be passing through that podcast, kind of checking things. And I find Gift of the Magi, and I listen to it and realize, well, we must have this script somewhere. And I never did find the original script. However, I did find that I find out where we got the script when we did it way back then. It was actually an old-time radio series called the Coronet Story Hour from the mid-'40s on the Mutual Broadcasting Network. And then a good old Generic Radio Workshop. If you want to do an old-time radio recreation, I invite you to go to the Generic Radio Workshop. They're wonderful folks. And there it was, the script to Gift of the Magi. So after thinking I was going to have to rehash Sound Effects Playhouse doing 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which is fun and everything. It's fun. It's just we've done it a couple of times, and it's also really sound effects intensive. And I was going to be doing enough sound effects with Gift of the Magi and Christmas Carol. I was frankly pretty happy that we didn't have to go there and we could find Gift of the Magi. Plus, it sort of seems more consistent with A Christmas Carol, which is, a thought-provoking Christmas piece and not just silly, like The Night Before Christmas. So that was what I spent a good part of the week doing, is thinking, am I crazy? Did we ever do Gift of the Magi? I don't remember. That's insane. But no, we have done Gift of the Magi, just never officially on the broadcast. So, hey, looking forward to it. Think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Hope you can join us either here or online to watch the show. What else is going on here at the IBRT? Well, because we had to move Christmas Carol from November the 29th to 1 week later in December, we had kind of a light content month here at the IBRT. We only had the one Rum Runner Sue come out earlier. So I did add one other event, of course, and we made the Murder Behind the Mic video available for everybody this past Thursday. So if you didn't hear the original streaming video that we sent out to all of the folks from the Victory Theater in Burbank, California in August, that video is now available with very good audio, and you can see Rachel my lovely daughter Rachel Molassig and I doing sound effects, and all the wonderful cast that we had with us that night. See it exactly as it went out to all of our fans that did buy $5 streaming tickets. We had about 35 people buy tickets for that event. That's in addition to the, what was it, 40? Yeah, it was about 45 people who sat and could sit in that theater, and of course we sold out the night. If nothing else, the video is a wonderful, wonderful memory of that night, and just what a great time it was. A great little trip, and wonderful to do the show, and you can enjoy it again. You can enjoy, of course, Philip Marlowe and Red Wind, and another version of First Draft Playhouse, and as well as a redo of Lance Manley, The Case of the Funhouse Fiasco, which is only about 6 months newer than the original I.F. Falls cast of Lance Manley that did that show just last week. Anyway, so that's a wonderful thing. So the other thing I wanted to mention is a little bit about the streaming radio station, which I've been unfortunately kind of ignoring throughout this summer and fall. But I am getting back to it in sort of these in-between days here before we really got to get geared up and started to do Christmas Carol rehearsals and such. I've got a few loose hours, and I'm going back and updating the shows on the streaming station. So if you enjoy the streaming station, we will be adding a lot more content. Just added 3 last night. Actually added the 2 most recent Winter Warlock shorts. That's The Blue Man Is Watching You and The Beast Who Hated Loud Noises. Those are both live up on the streaming station, as well as, I think it was the Rum Runner Sue, did we? No, I'm sorry. It was Candy Matson, Jack Frost, which that was a play we did way back, must have been about 2022. I remember it was just as everyone was sort of emerging from COVID, and it was one of the 2 times I can think of that we did a broadcast from here in the house, where we did a live show, but it was just a broadcast. There was no audience present to do that. You can see a video of that show actually if you search for Old Time Mysteries on the YouTube channel, the Icebox Radio Workshop YouTube channel, and that video is actually quite a bit of fun because not only do I show the actors getting up and doing their parts, but also we could cut back and forth with lovely Evie Conant, who handled Foley sound effects on that day, and that was really a lot of fun to do. And I'm glad that the audio from that is now available up on our streaming radio station. I realize it got confusing there. Streaming radio did not have video. If you wanted to see the video in the show of Candy Match and Jack Frost, go ahead and head over to the video channel. The original live broadcast featured 2 Christmas mysteries, the aforementioned Candy Matson, as well as Nero Wolfe, The Case of the Slaughtered Santas, which is a wonderful title. Oh yeah, gotta love it this time of year. And that's not yet available at the streaming station. But as I say, I'm hoping to spend a little bit of time today and tomorrow continuing to update the streaming station, so we have quite a few more shows available. The other thing that, of course, there's 2 more things with the streaming station. But we do want to add in the Christmas shows again every December. I generally leave the Christmas shows out of the regular rotation on the streaming station, because it's just weird to have like Season of the Elf come up in July. But I don't do that, or rather I don't do that in December, obviously, because that's when we want to do. Eric Son say it's 4:30 Central, must be 2:30 Pacific. That is correct. Eric does a live comment here on the comment section of Facebook. Eric, you found me out. I've been trying to get this particular shorthand for time popular around the country. If you've ever seen when I write the official announcement for the CRISPR, I always say 4:30 p.m.-C, because I realize we have 4 time zones in the United States: Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. And when I'm doing stuff online, I often find it very frustrating when I see an event coming up and it's just listed as 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever. They don't tell you what time in your time zone it is. And I know that's done automatically on a lot of websites, but not every website. So yes, Eric, you are correct. I'm saying -C for Central. You're saying -P for Pacific. And that's how that's supposed to work. I got really sidetracked there, as I appear to be getting sidetracked a whole bunch. But the streaming station one last note about it. We had a thing, I guess, with our website provider, Squarespace. We have a page on our website that's just called Stream. And I felt like the easiest way for people to listen to the streaming radio station is to have a widget on our website where they could just go to our website, they could click on that widget and be listening. And it worked just fine until this year when we upgraded our account at Squarespace. Apparently, I had a level of service at Squarespace that was ancient. And this happens to me a lot. I'll do things online and then I'll not update them. And so when I do get around to updating them, everything has changed. And this was definitely a case where Squarespace, what did they call it? They said I had a legacy account. And initially, when I went in there and set up the streaming page, they told me I couldn't put a widget in there. If you know what a widget is, well, it doesn't matter what a widget is. It's an easy way to have a streaming radio station on your website, which makes it easy to tell people how to listen. I can say just go to Stream, click on the little box, and boom, you've got yourself a radio station playing in the background. You can do whatever on your computer, and you can listen to our shows, as apparently several hundred people do every week. But that just stopped working recently, and I'm proud to announce that without really being sure why, it's working again. Maybe Squarespace had second thoughts. Maybe they said, this is dumb. We can't be denying people this service, because when I did try to figure out why it wasn't working, I did get an error message to the effect of, look, you got an upgrade. You got to upgrade yet again to yet another level of service in order to have, I think it's JavaScript. I don't know these things. But I didn't change anything. I just went to do something else on the website recently and discovered, oh, the streaming boxes are working again. So if you go to iceboxradio.org/stream and call up that page, there'll be a nice teal box there that'll tell you what play is currently playing on the streaming station. And you just click play and wait, because at least with my internet, it takes a while to start. It's like tuning in your old radio. It's kind of like we're back in the day when radios had tubes, and when you turned one on, it had to warm up first. It's sort of like that. You click play, and then you wait, hopefully no more than 10 seconds, and you can be listening live. And this goes for, of course, our regular playlist, as well as the live broadcasts that we do all the time, including, once again, for what's coming up very, very soon on December the 6th. Well, I think that's probably a good point to finish up the rambling for this week. No podcast drops this week. Instead, we're going to have a holiday instead. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone on Thursday. Again, travel mercies and travel very carefully, because it might be kind of difficult out there. If you'd like to write and do comments on time zones or radio plays or anything, it's iceboxradio51, iceboxradio51 at gmail.com. Also at Radio Icebox, at Instagram, at Icebox Radio, at the Twitter and the Facebook. So until next time, this is Jeff saying thanks for the download and reminding you to keep listening. Good evening, everybody.